Thank you. Today we're going to talk about how we use video in the College of Education to enhance growth opportunities for our pre-service teachers.
So the big question is, why use video? So video is a medium that is accessible to all of our students. It is a medium that they are comfortable in, and it's a medium that they use often and almost every day.
Using contemporary technologies, storing video, large video components, is much more affordable and accessible. Currently, the College of Education has almost 380,000 minutes of stored video from our students teaching in classrooms. And these videos remain forever as long as the servers are there. They have access to them even after leaving the College of Education.
Also, it allows for kind of a time-shifted manner. The student can record a video of them doing some kind of performance task, and then the supervisor can view it at a later time. So it doesn't have to happen in real time, it can happen asynchronously.
In the interest of time, just a quick overview of the technology that we use. Over here you'll see a SWIVL, an iPad sitting on top of what we call a SWIVL Robot. The robot is the round portion. It becomes a platform for the iPad, which actually does the recording. Jill and I both have around our necks or on our wrist markers. These have embedded trackers and embedded microphones that will tell the SWIVL where we are. The iPad receives that information, combines it together to create the video, and then the students upload the video to the cloud, which we'll talk about in a few minutes.
So as far as a takeaway today, we hope that you'll see that video, by using video, it can capture any kind of a performance assessment that you might want your students to have. We're going to talk in the context of how we supervise our pre-service teachers, but hopefully you'll think about and have an idea of how you could also use video within your own online courses. So this is kind of in the College of Education, with our Block C students at least, and then with our MAT students, we use what we starts at the very top, where we have our students that are, they coordinate with their cooperating teachers to create a lesson plan of some sort. Then they teach the lesson in a classroom and record it. After that, they upload it to the cloud, where they then go through some reflection protocols in order to watch themselves teach and reflect on that experience. They then send that video to a supervisor and their cooperating teacher, who then give targeted feedback to the student on their performance. After that, the student can then go online and respond to the feedback and use that feedback to then plan their next lesson.
When a video is uploaded, this is what the platform looks like, the interface. This is the video that they would upload. This is the PowerPoint that they used, and they can upload that as well and then set the timings for that. And over here is what we feel is the most important part. When someone is watching a video and they want to make a comment, they just start typing. The video stops, they finish typing their comment, hit return, and then the video continues to move forward. When a student comes back and they read the comment by their supervisor, they can just click on the comment. It actually takes them right to that spot in the video, and they can watch that, and then they can leave their own comment or in response. The final thing that I want to show you is, notice that under here is a box that says 5 application of content. That's a part of our conceptual framework within the College of Education. So what we want to do is align our comments and our feedback to the students to our conceptual framework. And then the students can also do the same thing when they're addressing that.
Of course, with using video, like any other technology, there are challenges. The first of which is that the digital environment, as we all know, can feel very impersonal and kind of cold. And so communication, we have discovered that communication is really important, but not just random communication, not just communication when there is an issue, but planned communication, purposeful communication, and intentional, meaning that every so often they are having a Zoom meeting with their students, not when there's questions, but every couple of weeks, so that there is that communication that those students have to look forward to.
Technology-mediated supervision is consistently inconsistent. And while the technology is not inconsistent, the actors, the players, the triad of people who interact around one specific teaching episode are different. So they may do things differently, they may give different thoughts, they may ask questions differently. So that's what we mean by inconsistent. You have to watch a video, you have to know the players, and then you can have an understanding of what's going on and how the feedback loops are being implemented.
Okay, and of course we wouldn't do it if there weren't some really great benefits. First of all, a student is allowed a do-over. So if right in the middle of a teaching lesson and they're taping the lesson, there's a fire drill in the classroom, then that's going to set everybody off, including students. And so they have the opportunity to then go back and re-record a lesson, or they record a series of lessons and they choose the one that highlights their skills the best and can send it then to their supervisor.
Well, the biggest benefit, in my opinion, is that we eliminate the idea of remembered knowledge. What we have is a video that shows the actual context of what happened in the classroom, so that if you have a student who was in the moment and lost their lesson plan or lost their place or whatever, and they weren't paying attention to what's going on in the classroom for a short period of time, that's evident on the film, and we can then talk about that. So you bring people together around a context that's all the same. Everybody has the same vision of that incident, and that's valuable.
And of course, communication can either be real-time or it can be time-shifted. So we have circumstances where a student and a supervisor will have a Zoom meeting and they will both watch the video at the same time, and that's how feedback is given. And then, of course, there's the time shifted where there's that asynchronous feedback loop going on. So it's very flexible.
And finally, no matter where our students are, whether they're in our MAT program and they're teaching in South Carolina, or they're in Kansas, in Garden City, or whether they're in Manhattan, if they use this system, they feel supported. They're getting timely, targeted feedback for the purpose of helping them to grow. If you have any questions, this is a real short presentation of what we do. If you want to talk about technology or the cloud system, you can feel free to contact either Jill or I, and we'll be happy to visit with you. Thank you.